Shalom, shalom, Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Welcome to the Yahweh and Yahshua Speak television show. We are going to start on a new lesson today.
Yes.
It's entitled, The Two Voices Trying to Talk to Your Mind. Only one of them wants us to know who he is. Let's go to Psalm 95. The two voices trying to talk to your mind. Only one of them wants us to know who he is. Psalm 95. Psalm 95, and we want to read verses 6 to 7.
Oh, come, let us worship and bow down. Let us kneel before Yahweh, our Maker. For he is our Elohim, and we are the people of his pasture, and the sheep of his hand. Today, if ye will hear his voice.
All right, so Psalm says, oh, come and let us shaka, worship, serve, and bow down. Let us kneel before Yahweh, our Maker. For he is our Elohim, Almighty One, and we are his Amor people, the people of his pasture, and the sheep of his hand. Today, if you will hear his voice. So this lesson is about two voices that are trying to talk to us. The scriptures tell us the one who wants us to know who he is the Father. The Father Yahweh.
Yes.
And he's talking to us through his son Yahshua.
Yes.
Let's go to John or Yachanan, the 10th chapter. But we're going to find out in this lesson there's one that's trying to talk to us. He does not want us to know who he is.
Hallelujah.
But the Father not only lets us know he is talking to us, but he lets us know about the one that doesn't want us to know he's talking to us. He's trying to talk to us. John the 10th chapter. And we want to read verses 1 to 3. Please.
Hallelujah.
John 10, let's read verses 1 to 3.
Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that entereth not by the door unto the sheepfold, but climbeth up some other way, the same is a thief and a robber.
Hallelujah.
But he that entereth in by the door is the shepherd of the sheep. To him the porter opened, and the sheep hear his voice, and he calleth his own sheep by the name, and leadeth them out.
Yeah, so here's more clarification about who this is that wants us to know he's talking to us. That amen, that verily, verily, in the English, it comes from the Hebrew word amen. Amen, 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 I am ours saying to you, he that entereth not by the door into the sheepfold, but climbeth up some other way. This is one that doesn't want you to know he's trying to say something to you. Is a thief and a robber. We're going to find out who thief and robber is. But he that entereth in by the door is the shepherd of the sheep, the ra'ah of the sheep. To him the porter openeth. We're going to find out we are the porter or the doorkeeper of our mind.
Hallelujah.
We are the ones that listen to one of these two voices all the time.
Yes.
Y'all right.
To him the porter openeth. You open up yourself.
Right.
Yes.
Or you close yourself down
Yes.
to these two voices.
Yes.
And the sheep hear his voice.
Yes.
And he calleth his own sheep by Shem or name. What's he calling us for? To lead us out. To lead us into freedom.
Yes.
Let's go to Revelation, the 3rd chapter. We are the porter or doorkeepers of our own mind.
Yes, we are.
I open myself up or close myself down. You do it for yourself.
Tell like it is, bro.
We can open up to hear Yahweh or open up to hear the devil.
Your choice.
But the thing about that other voice, he doesn't want you to know it's him. But Yahweh is here to open your eyes and open your ears so you understand
Yes.
which one is talking to you.
Yes.
Then you know what to do, whether you should open up or shut it down.
Right.
Revelation 3, I'm going to read one verse, verse 20.
Hallelujah.
Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come in to him and will sup with him, sup with him, and he with me.
Hallelujah.
Now this is
Yes,
Yahshua
yes,
talking. If you don't understand, my Bible has writing in red.
Yes.
So the words of Yahshua are in red.
Right.
He's saying, I'm standing at the door and knocking. What door is he knocking on? The door of your mind.
Yes.
He's knocking on the door right now with you reading his word.
Yes.
He's standing at the door and knocking. If any man or woman, Shamar, hear his voice, because he's standing up talking for Yahweh. Yahshua is the spokesperson. The one that hears is supposed to open up their mind and listen.
Right.
The one that hears is their job to pay attention. It's their job to be the doorkeeper and get up and open up and let Yahweh and Yahshua in.
Yes.
And what they're telling them.
Hallelujah.
Said, if they let me in, I'm going to come into him. I'm going to have dinner with him. I'm going to let him understand my words. I'm going to give him revelation knowledge. I'm going to lead him into all truth. I'm going to lead him away from the bondage that the devil has him in. He said, I'm going to eat with him and he's going to eat with me. Let's go to John, the 10th chapter again. So there's another voice trying to talk to our minds. And the scriptures call him a stranger. And calls it the voice of strangers. And we're going to find out there's something about a stranger's voice that Yahweh tells us. And that we need to know and we need to follow what he's telling us.
Right.
All right, John 10, let's read verses 4 to 5.
Hallelujah.
John 10. And we want to read verses 4 to 5, please.
And when he putteth forth his own sheep, he goeth before them, and the sheep follow him, for they know his voice. And a stranger will they not follow, but will flee from him, for they know not the voice of strangers.
Now, before we came to Yahweh, all we knew was the voice of the stranger. All we knew was the voice of the devil and his demons. But now he's saying, when this is talking about Yahweh Yahshua, put it forth his own sheep. He goes before them, and the sheep follow him. Why? Because they hear his voice. They learn how to distinguish when Yahweh's talking. Because Yahweh shows them and tells them when he's talking, and they learn how to distinguish when that other voice is talking. He said, the sheep follow him, for they know his voice. We all have to come to know Yahweh's voice. And a stranger will they not follow, but they'll flee from him, for they know not the voice of strangers. Let's go, we're in John the 10th chapter, so we're going to skip down to verse 7, but hang on. So now this is going to talk about the one who doesn't want us to know the voice is his. The devil and his demons, that's a stranger. Why doesn't he want you to know that he's a stranger? Because he wants to be undercover. He wants to keep us doing what he says in ignorance. He wants us to think that voice is Yahweh's voice, or he wants us to think it's our own voice. He wants to work undercover. What the devil hates is to be revealed. What he hates is to be exposed. So that's what this lesson is about, exposing him. That's what Yahweh wants to do. Expose you to his voice to where you understand clearly it's Yahweh, and you understand clearly it's the devil. Because you're supposed to have opposite reactions depending on whose voice is trying to talk to you. You don't treat all voices the same. You don't let all voices in.
No.
That is if you want to have saneness of mind,
Yes.
saneness of spirit.
Right.
That is if you want to have wholeness
Yeah.
that your Father came to give you.
Yes.
All right, let's get down to verse 7, and let's read verses 7 to 10, please.
Hallelujah.
Then said Yahshua unto them again, Verily, verily, I say unto you, I am the door of the sheep.
Yahweh.
All that ever came before me are thieves and robbers, but the sheep did not hear them. I am the door. By me, if any man enter in, he shall be saved, and shall go in and out, and find pasture.
Yes.
The thief cometh not but for to steal, and to kill, and to destroy. I am come
Yes.
that they might have life,
Yes.
and that they might have it more abundantly.
Now, people can quote verse 10 in their sleep,
Yes.
but as far as understanding what it's talking about,
Right, right.
discerning when Yahweh's talking to them
Yes.
and when the devil's talking to them,
Right.
that's when they leave off.
Yes.
And most of them have never read the verses above. They went right to John 10:10
Right.
and quoted that. But Yahweh's going to have us read it all now this evening. It said, then said Yahshua unto them again. What's he talking about? He's talking about hearing Yahweh's voice.
Yeah.
Amen, amen. I am Mara saying to you, I am the door of the sheep. All that ever came before me are thieves
Yeah.
and robbers. He's talking about the devil and his demons.
Right, right.
Yes.
Yes.
But the sheep didn't get in trouble. Why? They did not hear these thieves and robbers. They did not hear these strangers. How did they learn how not to hear them? We grew up hearing thieves and robbers. Don't kid yourself.
Right.
And until Yahweh teaches you how to discern when he's talking,
Yes.
all you hear is the thief and the robber.
Yes.
It said, all that ever came before me are thieves and robbers, but the sheep did not hear them. I am the door. By me, if any man enter in, he shall be saved, or Yahshua, and shall go in and out and find pasture. That's where he's going to find peace.
Yep.
That's where he's going to start to become
Yes.
and evolve into that spiritual person that Yahweh wants him to. He's got to distinguish between what voices are talking to him.
Right, right.
Right.
Said the thief cometh not, but for to. That's why he talking to you. He want to steal the words that Yahweh tells you.
Yes.
He want to tell you, no, Yahweh don't love you. He
Yes.
wants to tell you, no, things are not better since you found Yahweh. No, when you come into the temple, it's thieves and robbers in the temple. And the one that's talking to you is the thief and the robber.
Yes.
Come on now.
Come on,
He said,
tell it like it is.
I am come
Yes.
that they might have life and that they might have it more abundantly. But
Yes.
the only way we can get it is to know the difference between those two voices,
Yes.
shut down the other voice,
Hallelujah.
and perk up
Yes.
to the right voice. Go to Matthew, the 13th chapter. So Yahweh gave us the ability to hear him
Yep, yep.
and to know this him talking to us. So it's not like we have to try to figure out who's
I know,
talking.
right?
He's telling you right now in his word. You already have the ability.
Right.
Yes.
Just listen. Praise Yahweh. Hallelujah.
But you also have to understand, it's not just listening either. You got to understand, if you hear something bad, that's the devil talking to you.
Yeah. Gotta recognize.
Whatever you hear bad, whatever you hear slander,
Yeah.
and at this point I will ask for forgiveness for on the ride back from this beautiful temple that we visited, where we were so graciously received.
Yes.
You could tell that we ministered to them,
Yes.
and they ministered to us.
Yes.
And until we understand and see the big picture,
Right, right.
the devil has us straining at a gnat.
I know, right?
All right. Yes.
I was there straining at the gnat and swallowing a camel. So, but I want to ask for forgiveness because I was very blunt and I was very raw when we were coming home in the truck. Because before we even left their temple, somebody was trying to stand up and tell me what was wrong with the way they believed. And I prayed to Yahweh that the pastor who was within Iyshshah was distracted and didn't hear it. And when they tried to continue it in the truck on the way home, you all that were riding with me, you know exactly what happened. They got blasted. So that's what that's about. So forgive my bluntness, but I won't ask for forgiveness for somebody trying to get me to join in with the devil.
Right?
To take away the anointed relationship that we have with these people that Yahweh is working on.
Hallelujah.
Yes. Come on now.
Hallelujah.
I'll never apologize for that.
Yeah.
Praise the
And
mighty
just
God.
forgive me for being so blunt, because I was real raw.
Yes.
But that was that righteous indignation.
Yes. Sometimes we have to go there.
All right, but Yahweh gave us the ability to hear Him
Yes.
and know that it's Him talking to us.
Right.
Matthew 13, let's read one verse, verse 9, please.
Hallelujah.
Who have ears to hear, let him hear.
Yes.
Yeah, you have those ears.
Yes. It's big enough.
You got them when you went in the water and got baptized.
Yes.
You're cleaning out the wax. The more you get in here and hear the word
That's it.
Yes.
That's it.
and listen what the word is saying, you
Yes.
take notes on the word,
Yes.
and then you go living out the word.
Yes.
I do.
So you
Yes.
have ears.
Yes, I do.
So, and Yahshua said it over and over, whoever have ears, some people don't know they have ears to hear.
I know, right?
Yahweh's telling you now, you got the ears.
Uh-huh.
You're not lacking anything that you need in order to hear from Yahweh,
Yes.
in order to stand up and represent Yahweh,
Yes.
in order to stand up and become what Yahweh is making you.
Right.
We have everything more than enough.
Right.
Let's go to Mark, the 4th chapter. It said, whoever has ears, and you got to know you got the ears to hear.
Yep.
But if you come up to one of us talking about how you don't have ears to hear, as Yahweh has had me when I'm editing some shows, it's like the fire is just coming out. And I've said over and over, fully expect to get blasted.
Right. It's fried
Go and
good.
study the Bible some more.
It's fried good.
Mark 4, let's read verses 23 to 25, please.
Hallelujah.
23, 25.
If any man have ears to hear, let him hear. And he said unto them, take heed what ye hear, with what measure ye meet. It shall be measured to you, and unto you that hear shall more be given. For he that hath to him shall be given, and he that hath not from him shall be taken, even that which he hath.
Now, you see how he started out talking about if any man have ears to hear. If you came to Yahweh and went through the process, you have those spiritual ears.
Yes.
Not just something on the side of your head.
Right.
All right? You have those spiritual ears to see. You have those spiritual eyes
Yes.
to see, those spiritual ears to hear.
Yeah.
He said, and that's why he kept saying, he understood with the words, if any man have ears to hear, let him hear.
Right.
And all the people had to do was receive it. Yeah, I have ears to hear, I hear. It said, and he said unto them, take heed what you hear. Why? Because there's two voices out here.
Yeah. All right.
One of them is Yahweh talking to you, and one of them is somebody that doesn't want you to know he's talking to you.
Right.
He said, watch what you hear. Don't let everything go in your ears.
Right.
We experienced a little earlier where Yasser stood up and had to cut it off. He said, look, this is the Shabbat.
Hallelujah.
Yahweh said, don't be saying your words, don't be thinking your thoughts. You understand, but it's a process. We all have to get to that.
Yes, it is.
Don't nobody want to hear about no politics on the Shabbat. I know I don't. I want to rest and relax.
Yes.
That's why
Hallelujah.
Yahweh gave us the command.
Hallelujah.
And as we progress, then we start to understand
Yes,
about
yes, yes.
it. So I'm glad to have a righteous man of Yahweh stand
Praise
up and say,
be to the
hey, look,
Yah.
we're not here for that.
Hallelujah.
Take heed what you hear. He says, because with whatever measure you take heed, if you just let anything come into you,
I know,
you
right?
just let anybody come up and talk some devilish stuff to you,
I know, right?
then be a walking garbage can.
Yup.
He said, for he that hath, to him shall be given. To the
Yes.
one that's taking heed to make
Yes.
sure that he's hearing from Yahweh, he's going to get more.
Yup. More
But
than
the
God
one that
is.
have not, the one that's ignoring Yahweh
Uh-huh.
and saying, I don't have to pay attention to whether it's Yahweh's voice or, well, it's just all Yahweh talking. When Yahweh's telling you clearly in his word, there's two voices out here,
Right.
and one of them wants to be in secret.
Right.
It says, to one that hath not, from him shall be taken away even that which he had.
Right? Your knowledge.
So if we don't monitor what we're hearing, we can lose
That's it.
the spiritual ground
That's it.
that we've gained.
That's it.
It's all on us.
Y'all right. Tell like
Go
it
to
is.
James, the 4th chapter.
Lambs can know.
James, the 4th chapter. So the devil tries to talk to make us think we don't have ears to
I
hear.
know,
And
right?
he'll tell you that. Oh, I don't really understand the scriptures. I don't. And you're a fool if you go behind him and say what he
I
said.
know.
Or
Repeat.
you're just ignorant. You don't know that you're saying what the devil said.
Right.
He tries to make us think, we're going to James, the 4th chapter, that we don't have ears to hear.
I know, right?
And to tell Yahweh's voice all the time, we have to identify with the process that we went through.
Yes.
Yahweh called us, we submitted, we went, got baptized. That symbolized Yahshua's death, burial, and resurrection.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
We have to identify with that in order to be able to tell which voice is Yahweh's.
Yeah.
This is also how we come to know the devil's voice.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
James
Come on.
4, let's read verses 7 to 8, please.
Hallelujah.
Submit yourselves, therefore, to Elohim. Resist the devil,
Yes.
and he will
Yes.
flee from you.
Yes.
Draw nigh to Elohim, and he will draw nigh to you. Cleanse your hands, ye sinners, and purify your hearts, ye double-minded.
All right. First thing, submit yourself to Yahweh.
Right.
He said, listen to me.
Right.
Listen to Yahshua,
Come on
me
now.
talking through Yahshua. That's the first thing. So if you don't submit, you don't humble down,
You ain't gonna.
the devil, now you can't resist the devil.
Right.
Number one is submit, humble down.
Right.
Resist the devil. How do you resist him? Number one, you got to find out when it's him talking.
Yeah.
That's the main thing he does is talk.
Yeah. Yeah. Running off.
And he will flee from you.
Yeah,
Yes, he will.
Draw near to Yahweh,
he will. Yup.
and he'll draw near to you.
Yes, he will. Yes,
The
he has.
devil is running his mouth trying to tell you to stay away from Yahweh. When things go on in your life, the devil is yelling in your ear, telling you, look, don't go to the temple, stay away from it. Oh no, you don't want to go, no, you need to stay at home.
I
You
know,
need to,
right?
that's the devil talking to you.
Yes, it is. Come on now.
Said, cleanse your hands,
Yeah.
you you sinners. Purify your minds, you double-minded.
Yeah.
Why is the mind double?
Huh.
Because those two voices are
Yup,
talking
yup.
to you,
Yup.
but you're not distinguishing which one is Yahweh and which one is the devil.
Right.
And the devil got you thinking that's your voice telling you that stuff. No, that's him telling you that stuff. That is not your voice. Go to Jeremiah 29. So the devil's voice talks about our past.
Okay.
That's how you can know it's the devil.
Okay.
The devil's voice talks about our past.
Right.
He talks about things we cannot go back and change.
I know, right?
He tells you about how you should
Yes,
have,
he
could
do.
have, would have, you should have done this. That's the devil talking.
Yeah.
That's not Yahweh Yahweh's voice.
Right, Yahweh is moving forward.
And the devil wants you to us to think we can't get rid of the thoughts because he wants us to think we're thinking them.
Okay.
He wants to block us from hearing Yahweh tell us about the future he's planned for us. So he tries to keep us focused on the past. How we used to be, what we used to do. Maybe you were in school and you flunked reading. Maybe you were in school and you flunked the speech program.
Right.
And he said, oh no, you can't get up in front of Yahweh. You can't teach Yahweh.
Right.
That's the devil telling you that.
From the pits of hell.
He wants you to stay focused on your past.
Yeah.
Well, Yahweh, his voice, he talks about your future.
Yes. Expect it in.
And he's not telling you anything bad. He's telling you good.
Yes.
Jeremiah 29, let's read verse 11 and 12. So now,
Hallelujah.
this is what you hear Yahweh's voice telling you. He won't be telling you about, well, you know what? That person said this, or well, you should have said this. That's the devil.
Right.
Jeremiah 29, 11 and 12.
For I know the thoughts that I think toward you, said Yahweh, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end. Then shall ye call upon me, and ye shall go and pray unto me, and I will hearken unto you.
Hallelujah.
Hearken.
Hearken unto you.
Hallelujah.
So Yahweh saying, I know what I'm thinking toward you. You listening to this undercover fool that's telling you I want something bad for you.
Right.
You listening to this undercover fool that's telling you that, well, you know, if I did that, then that's going to be bad for me. That's the devil talking to you. Yahweh said, I know what I'm thinking about toward you.
Yes.
Now, whether you believe Yahweh or you believe that other voice, you won't be able to stand up and act like you don't know it's the devil telling you that lie. Yahweh said, I know I have good thoughts towards you.
Yes.
Thoughts of peace and not of evil.
Yes.
He's going to let you know who the evil one is and it's not him. He's going to let you know who the bad one is and it's not him. Whoever's standing up talking about that one's bad or that one, that's the devil talking to you.
Right.
To give you an expected end. If you expect good from Yahweh,
Yes.
if you believe Yahweh loves you, if
Yes.
you believe he sent Yahshua so you can have a better life, be a better person,
Hallelujah.
come up out of yourself,
Hallelujah.
that's the expected end. He's going to give you a good end.
Yes.
If you expect to do worse, then the devil will step right in and oblige you.
Come on now. Hallelujah.
He said, then you're going to call upon me, you'll go and you pray unto me, and I'll listen to you, and I'll do it. Why? Because Yahweh wants good for you.
Hallelujah.
He's not the evil one.
No, it's not.
Go to James, the 1st chapter.
Praise.
The devil will tell you,
Hallelujah.
the devil will try to lie
I know.
and tell you, no, well, see, Yahweh said, but he didn't really mean it. If you pay your tithes, then you're going to have less money. Yeah, because he's going to rob. Because if you pay him, you'll have more money.
Yeah.
But if you don't pay him, then the devil will keep his hand in your
Yes, he
pocket.
will.
Praise the mighty Yah.
And you can really tell how much somebody love or trust Yahweh or understand what Yahweh is trying to get to them
Yes.
when you look at their checkbook. James 1, let's read verses 16 to 18.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, James chapter 1, verse 16 to 18.
Do not hear, my beloved brethren. Every good gift and every perfect gift is from above, and cometh down from the Father of lights, with whom is no variableness, neither shadow of turning. Of his own will begot he us with the word of truth, that we should be a kind of first fruits of his
Yes. Hallelujah. Glory. Hallelujah.
creatures.
It says, don't get into error,
No.
my beloved, brethren, sisters, don't get into error. Don't be listening to that voice telling you Yahweh is trying to set you up so he can make you jump off the cliff. Don't get in the error. He said, every good gift and every perfect gift, whatever good in your life came from Father Yahweh.
Yes.
Every. You didn't do nothing. I don't care if you got out there and you worked 50 hours a week. It wasn't you. Let Yahweh take the breath out of your body and then get out and brag about how many hours a week you work. Every good gift and every perfect gift is from above.
Yes, it is.
It's from Him.
Amen.
And comes down from Him.
Yes.
Or the Father of lights. And He said He's not changing, with whom is no variableness.
None.
Anytime you look at Yahweh, He's good.
What time?
Anytime you talk to Yahweh, He's good. Anytime you ask Yahweh for something, when you're doing what He said, He responds and He gives it to you. He said He's never going to change.
Hallelujah.
Scripture says Yahshua Mashiach the same today, yesterday, forever. People quote that scripture and then they'll let the devil tell them
I know, right?
that coming to the temple is one of the worst things they can do, or it's the last thing on their list. You better stop listening to the devil.
No, right?
See, Yahweh is here to uncover this stuff. He said, of His own will, this was His decision.
Yes.
To come and react with us, to come get us, to teach us His words, and to let us know. Otherwise, the devil would have been bumping our head and just banging our head against the wall and just kicking us and slapping us. And it's a shame before Yahweh, after you come to Him, and He's still kicking and slapping you.
I know, right?
That's why Yahweh said, tell my people, there's two voices out here. And when you hear somebody talking about something good, or they want to do something for you, or they want things to be better in your life, He said, that's me talking.
Yes.
When you hear somebody talking about, no, that ain't right, or this one ain't right, or, you know, he's trying to make that better. That's the devil talking.
Yes.
He's not going to tell you who he is, but Yahweh wants you to know who he is.
Yes, come on.
And He wants you to know that He's the one that's good.
Yes.
All right, go to 2 Timothy 2. So the biggest obstacle to hearing Yahweh's voice is our confusion coming from listening to the devil's voice. That's the biggest obstacle. And thinking it's our own voice or Yahweh's. Again, whatever you hear bad in your head, that's the devil. Whatever you hear is good in your head, that's Yahweh. 2 Timothy 2. And we're going to read one verse. Verse 26.
Hallelujah.
And that they may recover themselves out of the snare of the devil, who are taken captive by him at his will.
So it says, this is why Yahshua came.
Right.
This is why Yahweh reached out to us in love. That we may recover ourselves out of the trap of the devil.
I know, right?
Taken captive by him at his will. Why? Because he's undercover. Doing this whispering. And there's times when he talks real loud. And Yahweh's going to let us know what to do. Now that we have skulked him out, he's skulking around trying to stay undercover. Yahweh's going to let us know what to do now that we understand his voice.
Hallelujah.
All right? He wants to get us up out of that trap.
Yes.
So that he can't just whenever he feels like it.
Right.
Some people say, ooh, you know, I better not talk about the devil because the devil going to do this and that. You've been listening to the devil too long. You don't understand who you are. You don't understand that Yahweh's giving you all the power, all the authority that you need. You don't ever have to worry about the devil another day in your life.
Never. Praise.
Go back to John. Let's go to John, the 8th chapter. So the devil tries to talk to us, to trap us into thinking destructively. To tell us, oh, you know, that was really stupid for you to do that. Oh, that was dumb. Why did you do that? That's the devil talking. And you ought to let him know, you dumb, you fool. You going to the lake of fire.
I know.
How you going to call me dumb?
I know.
And it's a funny thing about that, he shuts up. You don't
Yep.
hear him anymore.
Yep, he
Why?
does.
Because he doesn't like to be discovered. He doesn't like to be addressed. And then you let him know, oh, I know, oh, okay, let me come back and try to think of something else.
Praise the mighty
Go
Yah.
to John, the 8th chapter. So he tries to make us unable to tell the difference between right and wrong by talking to us, just like he did with the woman in the Garden of Eden. And he tries to make it impossible for us to make good decisions. And
Right.
he will if you listen to him.
Yep, yep.
It'll be impossible for you to make a good decision. John 8 and verse 36, please.
Hallelujah.
If the Son therefore shall make you free, ye shall be free indeed.
Now, Yahshua has made us free.
Yes, he has.
Yes, he has.
Now, whoever stands up and talk about, yeah, you know, and I wish, you know, I could work that out. I wish that you're listening to the devil. Said, if the Son therefore shall make you free, you shall be free indeed. Have you been through the process?
Yes.
If you don't understand you're free indeed, all you have to do is go in the Word and let Yahweh show you
Yep.
how to walk in that freedom that you have. And stop listening to the devil telling you that you're not free.
Right.
Go to 2 Corinthians, the 5th chapter. So the Son has made you free indeed. Not just free, but free indeed. So it's ridiculous, going to 2 Corinthians 5, for us to try to receive deliverance if we don't believe what Yahshua gave us through his death on the cross.
Right? Y'all right, tell like it
We
is.
can't receive deliverance if we
Right.
don't believe what Yahshua gave us
I know,
by
right?
his death on the cross. Some
Hallelujah.
people think that Yahshua just died on the cross and then that's it.
That's it, yeah.
And you became a Hebrew
That's a lie.
or you became a Roman Christian. They think they just got, you know, saved from their sins and that's it. They don't know anything else about what
Right, right.
Yahshua being on the cross gave them.
Right, it's truly about.
So if it's hard for us to believe that,
Huh.
then the devil has already convinced us that we're failures at doing Yahweh's
Yep,
will.
yep,
That's
yep.
what's going on.
That's what's up.
Been listening to that private voice and not knowing
Huh.
that was your enemy.
Right.
He's already convinced us. If you don't believe or know what Yahshua got for you on the cross. So the devil's voice stresses what we have done wrong.
Huh.
And Yahweh's voice stresses what Yahshua did right.
Yes.
The devil wants us looking at ourselves
Yes.
and what we did or did not do.
Y'all right, tell
Yahweh
like it is.
tells us to look at Yahshua
Yes.
and appropriate what Yahshua
To the
did.
promise.
Blood for us.
He's on the right hand of the Father making intercession for us.
Right now.
That's right.
Why would we stand up and act like we got to do this or do that or to try to get something that Yahshua already got for us?
I know, right?
Instead of standing in his shadow and claiming it. We can't get it. 2 Corinthians 5, and let's read verses 20 to 21.
Hallelujah.
That's a losing battle.
Yep.
Now then, we are ambassadors for Messiah, as though Yahweh did beseech you by us. We pray you in Messiah's state, be ye reconciled to Elohim.
Yes.
For he hath made him to be sin for us, who knew no sin, that we might be made the righteousness of Yahweh in him.
Now, you see the exchange?
Yes.
Yeah.
It says, he made him to be sin for us,
Yes.
that we might be made the righteousness of Yahweh in him.
Yeah.
That's the exchange.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now the devil gonna lie and say, no, there ain't no exchange, you the same. Okay, well, you in the water got baptized, but you still the same. See, because you still want to smoke that cigarette, you still want to, you understand? And then you need to tell him, look, you don't care if I smoke a cigarette, you don't care if I die of cancer. Get your stupid self out of here.
Right.
Go to the lake of fire early in Yahshua's name.
No, it's not. It's not okay.
You understand? You have to get to that point.
Yup. Talk to him.
See, he don't like you knowing that it's his voice. Go to Luke, the 13th chapter. So Yahweh's voice tells us we are no longer his enemies, but his children.
Yes, we are.
That's why we're here right now, searching the scriptures. We want to find out what's true and what's false.
Yes.
If we still love the devil, we'd be doing like everybody else.
I know, right?
Kicking back at home or getting ready for the party on Friday night.
Right.
Or got their pack of ganja or weed or whatever they're getting ready to do.
Right.
Got their, what is it, shampipple and yeah, what Fred Sanford called it, shampipple and something else.
Oh, ripple.
Yeah, he mixes it with something. Right, Shareth, whatever it is, right. MD 2020.
I know, right? Man,
But that's
for real.
why we're here.
Yes.
I'm at my party, yes.
We like to search the scriptures.
Yes. Thank you.
Hallelujah.
Luke 13 and verses 18 to 19.
Praise the mighty God.
Then said he, unto what is the kingdom of Elohim like, and whereunto shall I resemble it? It is like a grain of mustard seed,
Yes.
which a man took and cast unto his garden, and it grew, and waxed a great tree, and the fowls of the air lodged in the branches of it.
Now, it says that the Malkuth of the kingdom of Yahweh is like what? Like a seed that the man planted, and then it grew and it became a great tree.
Yes.
Now it says, but then the fowls, the birds of the air, lodge in the branches of it. The meaning of the trees being filled with fowls of the air can refer to the devil and his demons. Go to Ephesians, the 2nd chapter. The devil and the demons like to hang around Yahweh's people. They don't hang around the people in the world, the ones that got the shampoo and got the weed on the table. He's not hanging around them because he already got them.
Right, right.
Yeah, you gotta worry about that.
He's seeking to see.
So it says it was a great tree, and then the fowls of the birds of the air came and lodged in the branches. So this can refer to the devil and his demons. Ephesians, the 2nd chapter. And we want to read verses 1 to 3.
Hallelujah.
And you have he quickened who were dead in trespasses and sins, wherein in time past ye walked accordingly to the course of this world, accordingly to the prince of the power of the air, the spirit that now worketh in the children of disobedience, among whom also we all had our conversation of our flesh, fulfilling the desires of the flesh and of the mind, and we're by nature the children of wrath, even as others.
Now, we read over in Luke where it talked about this great tree, which the kingdom of heaven is like, but the fowls of the air lodge in the branches of it. It says in Ephesians, the 2nd chapter, in time past, we walked according to the course of this world, according to the prince of the power of the air.
Yup.
It said, it's the spirit of the Ruach that now works in the children of disobedience.
Good.
So that's talking about the devil and his demons.
Right.
Why? Because that's all they listen to out there. And after you come to Yahweh, the devil wants to be just as strong in your ear as he was out there.
Yes.
Yahweh's not going to let you, because he's going to tell you, hey, there's somebody else talking to you beside me, and I'm going to let you know who he is.
Right.
I'm going to let you know exactly what he's going to say to you, exactly what he's going to try to get you to do.
Yes.
So that prince of the power of the air is the devil. And that's the spirit that now works in the children of disobedience. And it says, and we used to be just like that.
Right.
So don't come up in here pretending like you were so wonderful before you met Yahweh.
No.
You're a lie, and the truth is not in you.
Right.
Okay? You might have called yourself a nice person out there, but according to Yahweh standards,
No.
you were dirt just like the rest of the people that don't know Yahweh. All right? You needed to come to him so he can tell you.
Yes.
So he can get you right.
Right.
All right, go to Mark, the 4th chapter. So the fowls of the air devouring means some of us hear the word and truly convert, and some hear it and don't.
Right.
Mark, the 4th chapter. And nobody's making anybody not convert.
Right.
But some of them are deceived thinking that they're hearing Yahweh's voice, but it's them joining in with the devil. And
Yep.
if it's bad, if it's negative, if you're coming up in the temple talking, I just don't like her. I just don't like him. That's the devil telling you that.
Amen.
And you need to tell him, look, I hate you because you're a
Right.
fool. You're the biggest fool in the universe.
Yeah.
Yahshua gonna prove it because he
Yeah.
made the lake of fire for you. So get away from here in Yahshua's name.
Yeah.
Mark, the 4th chapter, and we're going to read verses 3 and 4.
Hallelujah.
So, fowls of the air devouring means some of us come to the temple, we hear the word, and we become true converts. And some of us hear the word and don't become true converts. It depends on whose voice we're listening to.
Right.
Mark 4, verses 3 to 4.
Hearken, behold.
Hearken.
Hearken, behold. There went out a sower to sow. And it came to pass, as he sowed, some fell by the wayside, and the fowls of the air came and devoured it up.
Remember the prince of the power of the air.
Yeah.
And some, the word gets devoured when it's going out in the temple, when it's being talked in the temple. Like the song says, their body's here with Yahweh, but their mind is way across town.
Right.
It said, the sower went forth to sow. I'm acting as a sower now.
Yep.
Yahweh's people throughout the world, when they stand up before Yahweh's people, they're sowing Yahweh's word.
Hallelujah.
Your mind, your spirit is a garden.
Yes.
The word gets sown into your garden.
Yeah.
That is, if you as the porter or the doorkeeper open up your mind to what Yahweh is saying.
It.
It said, the sower went out to sow, to say Yahweh's word. And then as he sowed, some fell by the wayside. And then here come the fowls of the air to eat it up or devour it.
Right.
The prince of the power of the air working. Telling you, well, that scripture don't really mean what it means.
Right.
Well, you know what? I read that already, so I'm not even going to turn to that scripture.
I know,
already know what it says. That's the devil talking to you. All right, go to Luke, the 8th chapter. What you come to the temple for if you're not going to turn to the scripture? Stay at home and in your own arrogance and conceit. Luke, the 8th chapter, verses 4 to 5.
Hallelujah.
And when much people were gathered together and were come to him out of every city, he spake by a parable. A sower went out to sow his seed, and as he sowed, some fell by the wayside, and it was trodden down, and the fowls of the air devoured it.
So what I do with the word when I hear it, either brings it into me and I protect it, or I allow it to be trodden down.
Right.
And then the devil can come in and snatch it.
Right.
I devalue it.
Right.
I remember years ago there was an older brother, and he just couldn't stand for people to put their Bibles in the seat because he said, your butt been sitting on that seat. And every time he would come into the temple, he would get the Bible up out of the seat and say, who put that Bible in the seat? And he would really get on him. He was an older brother, but I respected him for that. Why? He valued the word. He respected the word. He said, don't be laying your Bible in the seat like it's just an ordinary book.
Praise God.
So a sower went out to sow his seed, talking about Yahweh's word, and as he said it, some fell by the wayside. Some people had their guard up, some people not paying attention, some people on their phone. And it was trodden down, and the fowls of the air devoured it. Go to Matthew 13. So those of us who do not truly convert, learn just enough about the scriptures to hang ourselves up. And woe be unto you when you don't know nothing and want to stand up and try to say something. Or stand up and try to critique somebody else. As Yahshua would say, protique.
Praise the mighty God.
So those of us who do not truly convert learn just enough about the scriptures to hang ourselves.
I know, right?
Matthew 13, and let's start at read verses 24 to 26.
Hallelujah.
Another parable put forth unto them, saying, the kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man which sowed good seed in his field. But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat and went his way. But when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also.
So now remember that the kingdom of heaven was like a mustard seed and grew up into a big tree, and then the birds came and lodged in the branches. Well, here he's telling them another parable about how the Malkuth of the kingdom of Shemayim is like. He sowed good seed now in the field. But while the laborers slept, it says his enemy came, and he's talking about the devil, and put tares among the wheat. The wheat are the people that truly convert. The wheat are the people that open the door to Yahshua and let him in. The wheat are the people that really want to serve Yahweh and Yahshua. Then you got the tares. They have other reasons, or they're still in the progressive stage, and you have to be careful now of tares. Don't be getting too close to tares, because Yahweh said evil communication corrupts good manners. So when you hang out too much with tares, you're going to start being a little tarry yourself. I had somebody call me on the phone, and I had to ask Yahweh to forgive me because I was used to cutting people up. I hadn't talked to the person in a long time. And it was like she said something, and then it was like, oh man, Yahweh, that came out of my mouth. So I asked him to forgive me. But so now my guard is up. You understand? But it's like the flesh is still there. That part of me is still there. So I have to always be careful who I hang out with. But these tares now, he's saying the enemy put tares among the wheat. The true believers, then he went his way. Like he did the dirt. Yeah. Just like the devil likes to say something to us and put it out there, and then he gonna act like he didn't say it. All right, but Yahweh not gonna let you be deceived anymore.
Right. Praise him.
But when everything grew up and brought forth fruit, then here's the tares springing up here's the people acting like they really converting and they really believe in Yahweh.
Right.
All right, verse 27 to 30.
So the servants of the householders came and said unto him, Sir, didst not thou sow good seed in thy field? From whence then have it tares? He said unto them, An enemy have done this. The servant said unto him, Wilt thou then that we go and gather them up? But he said, Nay, lest while ye gather up the tares, ye root up also the wheat with them.
Okay, let me say this. So it says, then the servants, when they woke up, they're saying, hey, you only put good seed in the field.
Know, right?
Where'd these weeds come from? We're only teaching Yahweh's word in the temple. Where do these people come from? That's not wanting to love Yahweh and Yahshua right. Where do these people come from? He said, an enemy had done this. And the servant said, okay, hey, do you want us to clean out the weeds now? And he said, no. He said, because I don't want the wheat to get hurt. So let the tares stay among them. So wheat, Yahweh wants you to be aware that some people are truly converting at the temples. Some people are hearing Yahweh's word, and submitting, and some people are not.
Yup, yup.
They're hearing the same thing you're hearing,
Uh-huh.
but it's up to each of us individuals
Yes, it is.
whether or not we're going to let it in and do
Yes,
what it's
it
supposed
is.
to do. All right? And it's not up to us to try to convince anybody.
Nope.
It's up to us to tell them, because Yahweh knows exactly what to do with all of us.
Right, right.
But he said, no, don't gather up the wheat, don't gather the tares,
Not yet.
unless you pull up the wheat too. So
Right.
let them all grow together. So there's something about character building, being among tares,
Oh, yeah.
that is good for us
Yeah.
to be among tares. But now, it's not good for us to be among tares and be naive,
Huh.
and not recognize
I know, right?
when you're dealing with a tare.
I know, right?
And people are tares for different reasons.
Yup, yup.
And we're not trying to analyze that.
Nope.
All we're doing is protecting the sheep. As
Hallelujah.
Yahweh says, so you be wise as a serpent, but harmless as a dove.
Yup, yup.
All right, verse 30.
Let both grow together until the harvest. And in the time of harvest, I will say to the reapers, gather ye together first the tares, and bind them in bundles to burn them, but gather the wheat unto my barn.
So, see, as the wheat gets stronger, he said, when it's harvest time,
I know, right?
when they're pure gold, these true converts,
Yeah.
he said, let them both grow together. And at the time of harvest, I'm going to tell the reapers, get first those weeds. Get
Yeah.
them. And he said, put them in bundles, burn them. And he talking about going to the lake of
That's
fire.
it.
So those of us who do not truly convert become the tares among the wheat,
Right, right.
or the true converts in temples. Tares in the temples do not distinguish the devil's voice from Yahweh's.
I know, right?
They don't want to, because they want to continue doing what they're doing. Vine's Expository Dictionary of New Testament Word defines tares as a kind of weed which grows in the grain fields. It grows as tall as the wheat and the barley. So it's doing a good
I
impersonation.
know, right?
All right? And resembles the wheat in appearance. It was credited among Hebrews as being undesirable and unusable. The rabbis called tares bastard. Tares are poisonous to man